the heavens, the makers of Diablo III have told the game's auction house to go to hell. Blizzard Entertainment is closing down both of the computer game's auction houses. One uses in-game gold and the other requires real-life money. They were introduced as a way of giving players a safe and convenient place to buy and sell virtual items. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as planned. Blizzard says the auction houses hurt the experience, with money becoming a bigger motivator than actually playing the game and finding loot the normal way, by vanquishing demon spawn. This will bring the experience more in line with the recently released console version of the game that doesn't support any auction houses. They'll be shut down on March 28th, around the same time the game's first expansion, Reaper of Souls, will be released. It will include a rebalanced Loot 2.0 system that gives players a better chance at getting high-quality items from fallen foes.
No one can stop death.
And speaking of the underworld, the director of the new Evil Dead may be heading to Dantes Inferno. Deadline reports that Fede Alvarez is the frontrunner to helm the big screen adaptation of the 2010 video game Dantes Inferno, which was based on the epic 14th century poem of the same name. The film has been stuck in development hell ever since the game came out, and it remains to be seen if it will move forward now that Alvarez is attached. The story sees Dante Alighieri journey to the Nine Circle of Hell in order to rescue his beloved Beatrice from the clutches of Satan. The poem is one of the most influential works in Western literature, but the game only received lukewarm reception. It was expected to be the first installment of a trilogy, but so far, a new game has yet to materialize.
Who comes into my house of pain?
One who loves Beatrice!
Insidious Chapter 2 made a lot more money than expected, so it shouldn't surprise anyone to learn Insidious Chapter 3 is on the way. The producers have officially greenlit a third installment. No plot details have been given, but Chapter 3 will presumably take place after the cliffhanger finale of Chapter 2, which followed the cliffhanger finale of the first film. Lee Wanell, the co-writer and co-star of the first two films, will be back to pen the new screenplay, but there's no word yet about director James Wan. He recently voiced his desire to move away from horror and explore other genres. He'll direct Fast and Furious 7, which races into cinemas next year. A sequel to James Wan's other recent horror blockbuster, The Conjuring, is also in the works. Relativity Media has picked up the rights to make a movie based on the interactive graphic novel Anomaly. The story takes place in the distant future and focuses on a ragtag group of space explorers stranded on a hostile planet. When viewed through the camera of a smartphone or tablet, the comic pages unlock augmented reality creatures and give users access to their enhanced backstories. Co-creator Brian Haberlin was incredibly excited by the new storytelling possibilities offered by the technology.
The fun part about it is you really can take the pad and go 360 around the whole book, so you can see the front, back, sides of these things. They all have interactivity to some degree. Some you poke and they'll start reacting with you. Some you can kind of hunt with. Some are really cool because you can actually take your hand and put it on the page and they'll crawl onto your hand.
There's no word yet on what might happen if you whip out your smartphone or tablet during the movie. The Anomaly film is being penned by Now You See Me co-writer Edward Ricourt. Expect more details soon. You're going to have to wait an extra year to see the end of Mad Men. AMC has announced that it's splitting the 7th and final season of the hit show into 2 parts, which will air in spring 2014 and spring 2015.
That's a great idea.
You think so?
No.
The good news, creator Matthew Weiner says that this means they'll have additional time to create a more elaborate story that will resonate with the fans.
Maybe people will think it's some kind of sophisticated joke that they just didn't get.
This isn't the first time AMC has done this. The network also split up the final season of Breaking Bad, which finally comes to an epic conclusion on September 29th.
Now, say my name.
Mobile giant Blackberry has unveiled its biggest smartphone yet. It's known as the Blackberry Z30 and features a 5-inch touchscreen display, a 1.7 gigahertz processor with quad-core graphics, and a battery that promises 25 hours of mixed use. New stereo speakers have been built in around the device, promising to make everything sound more natural. The latest version of the BlackBerry 10 operating system will also be included, offering new features like Priority Hub, which makes it easier for users to manage conversations with their most important contacts. The BlackBerry Z30 will begin rolling out in Europe next week and find its way to North America this holiday season. Everyone loves Lego, and soon you'll be able to learn even more about it than ever before. Following the success of recent video games and animated adventures, Lego has announced that it's constructing its first documentary titled Beyond the Brick, a Lego brickumentary. It will chronicle the 60-year history of the company and explore the growing cultural impact of the little plastic bricks. The brickumentary arrives next year, and so does the animated big-screen Lego movie.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again, I wasn't listening.
The chances of a Wii U gamepad accidentally getting hurled across the room just went up. Nintendo has announced Wii Sports Club for the Wii U, a sequel to the insanely popular Wii Sports for the original Wii. It includes the 5 original sports: tennis, bowling, baseball, boxing, and golf, updated with new HD graphics and online multiplayer. Players can register different clubs or teams based on their region and then take on players from rival areas. Here's where it gets a little complicated. Wii Sports Club is a download-only game, and players will need to pay for each sport individually. A day pass will also be available, unlocking the sports for a 24-hour period. Tennis and bowling will be available November 7th, with the rest set to follow after that.